Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Tanks Xbox 360 Edition. I am NitePHX. Today we have some gameplay from the Bishop, which is the Tier 5 British artillery. Now beauty is obviously in the eye of the beholder, but to me this is one ugly vehicle. So we are a Tier 5 artillery, we are in a Tier 7 game here. We're going to speed up the beginning here. Thought about just doing it normal or cutting this part out completely, but I wanted you guys to see where I actually went here. Now the Bishop has a range of approximately 500 meters. Yeah, 500 meters. So you can't sit back, hide into some bushes or some trees in the corner of the map and expect to be able to hit anything. You had to quickly learn to basically shadow my teammates, stay just far enough behind to be able to get some hits, but not so close where I actually get spotted. Now this particular gameplay is in here because I did kill a player and I was accused of something. Now I've been called every name in the book for killing people, but I have never been accused before. I told the player that I did record the game and I will be putting it up on YouTube so he can see what I saw. And hopefully he'll understand that his accusation was an error. Now I did blur out the player's name. I mean, I completely understand the surprise of being hit by artillery when you think you're safe. And I've certainly gotten upset, but you know, typically I'll usually cuss out the game. It's not the player. So I do understand the frustrations of playing this game, and at the same time, it's no reason to out the guy, you know. And that is the kill right there. And I hope he does watch this and sees basically what I saw. And basically, you know, damn, yeah, he really did have a shot on me. And I decided to keep the Vickers action in here because this guy was just really frustrating, I tell you. He was definitely in anti-artillery mode and he was playing it well. He knew artillery. He had to know artillery had him zoomed in. I mean, as many shots as I take at this guy. And he does just about everything right, you know, just keep moving back and forth a little bit, change your direction, keep me guessing. You know, there's only one artillery in the game, and if you're even remotely familiar with artillery, you have an idea for the tier you're in, how long it takes for that artillery to reload. So in my case, it takes me about 10 seconds to reload. You know, basically, once a shell lands near you, take the next 9-10 seconds, do whatever you want. And once that 10 seconds comes up, change the direction you're doing it in. Doing stuff like that and you're just frustrate artillery players all day long. Now we did get a hit on him. He can't back up because he gets shot by the heavy there. He can't really go forward because we got the medium pinned in. So he's kind of in a small area. But thankfully for me as an artillery player, he is remaining spotted. Now being Tier 5 artillery against a Tier 7, he's a heavy. It's going to take me a few shots to dwindle this guy down to nothing. And some of his movements haven't been as dramatic as they were in the past. Now you notice there, it was like 10 seconds. He sat there in that area, did his little bit of wiggle. Once that 10 seconds was up, he backed up 10 meters. He knew when the shot was coming. So our medium starts to make a push. And you can see there, that's where I got the message from the tank I killed earlier. We're starting to figure out this Vickers movements. We did get another hit on him. And he sat still right for that 10 seconds. I pulled my trigger, he moved up just enough, and I missed him once again. And somebody is getting some damage on our medium up there. I'm not sure if it's the Vickers. I'm seeing tracers come in from different directions here.
We finished him off.
So whether he miscounted there or what happened, I did finally finish him off. Now I know you're all probably a bit curious about my somewhat cryptic statements earlier. Here is the message. Take a quick look at it. And basically, I'm cheating. He was behind a hill. I actually laughed a little bit when I saw the message. You know, typically you'll get either a "hey, nice shot, dude," or something about your mother and sister.
Let's get this show on the road.
Actually got one once where somebody was going to make Swiss cheese out of me once he got his tank destroyer. Alright, new game, new map. We are on Highway. We have my 4.5-inch gun with my 500-meter range. And we have a Tier 4 Cheehee who was foolish enough to wander into my range. We do get a hit on him. It looks like we tracked him. He did stop pretty quick. Question is, does a Tier 4 fix his tracks faster than my 10-second reload? Doesn't look like it, so he is out of the game. I have to say, I have repairs on my 110 E3 now, and I'm really surprised training your crew in repairs how much quicker they actually fix your tracks. So we saw the artillery up there, but we cannot reach him. Saw my line go white, which indicates out of range. We have a Tier 6 Vickers 30 who has wandered into my range. We get a hit on him. Not a lot of damage, but some track damage. Again, his lack of movement would indicate to me that he's probably tracked. There you go, we caught him on fire too. So the damage racks up for each little burst of fire there. Looks like the fire is about to go out, but unfortunately we won't know because somebody got the kill on him. You know, I don't want to say kill steal, but man, come on, you could have waited one more click, right? Yeah, no big deal. I mean, a lot of times when I play arty, well, I like to get kills just like anybody else, but a lot of times I'll just hit somebody and move on to the next target. Just get them, you know, take half their health, 3/4 of the health, and hopefully the rest of our team can take them out. Alright, so we have a Tier 4 light tank. It looks like it says it's a keyhole.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
Well, that keyhole is no more. It really is satisfying when you hit those targets and kill them after they disappear. Well, it looks like our tank destroyer just did a suicide run. And we do get some penetration on a Vickers 30. Follow him for a bit. We'll lead him.
We nailed him bad.
Do another 93 damage on him, and we do hit his tracks. I'm not sure if he's also tracked. I'm not getting any indication, so I'm saying no. He probably just locked himself up against the out of bounds line and couldn't get out. Alright, we've cleared out the middle of the map, the western flank, and there's nothing else in my range, so I need to move. Well, speed isn't horrible, but then again, I have the T95. I played all the way through that, so yeah, anything faster than 13 kilometers an hour is fast to me. And it is certainly faster than the T92, the American Tier 10 artillery. So we do have some targets showing up. Unfortunately, they are still out of my range. Now, I'm not positive about this, but I think your range is affected by your elevation compared to your target's elevation. So we just saw a target disappear. He is right on the edge of my range there. Figured he was still there. We'd take a shot. We just saw a tracer come out, so we're going to take a shot again.
Gotcha.
And although we didn't see him, we did take him out of the game. So as far as range, I think if you're sitting up high and your target is sitting down low, your range can dramatically increase. Either that or I'm just having some glitches in the game. And I really didn't notice that, I don't know what you call it, feature or effect when I was going through the American artillery line. Alright, so we know that Churchill's down there. We took a shot at him, we missed. He has disappeared. We don't have anybody in that area who's going to respot him, so there's no sense in me sitting here waiting for that to happen. We do have a heavy sitting on the hill behind me. Why he's there, I'm not quite sure. If that's where he feels comfortable, then fine. It would benefit me if he would move up and respot that Churchill. But we do have another heavy across the map in the area of the town. He's most likely, okay, and he did just get a spot for me. You know, looking at the mini-map, I'm starting to wonder, is he even going to be in range? We'll see. Now this little bit here is what you call indecision. I have an artillery. Now I go up, I see I can't reach him. No more indecision. Now while I'm not too bad at leading a target with artillery and getting a shot on him, the bishop has like 5 degrees of gun travel left and right before the tracks have to move. I mean, that thing's almost welded into it. Fortunately, the circle never gets that big and the aim time's pretty quick, so even though you have to move your tracks almost constantly, you do get a pretty tight circle. So we try to flop one down underneath the bridge there. We did get a critical hit, no damage on him. Got detected, so I need to move out of there. Although in low-tier games the Bishop can really hold its own, it has 60 millimeters of armor all the way around. That was kind of surprising. The stock gun on this thing was horrible. But the 4.5 inch, the first upgrade is only 4100 XP, so grind through that or use some free XP, get the 4.5 inch gun as soon as you can. I even did the 2 optional upgrades for engine and track. Very minor improvement, really. You know, if you're eager to move on to the tier 6, then just bypass those. They're optional. You don't have to get them to move on. But I think for both of them it ended up being like an extra 2800 XP, so I went ahead and did it. Alright, so the only enemy we have remaining is the artillery. Last we saw him was in the flag, and he is still there. Typically, unless you're already pre-aimed, Arty doesn't get to kill Arty when they're spotted. One is going to take 2.6 seconds for my shell to get there, and once Arty is spotted, everybody who's left in the game and can see him will shoot him. Well before your 2.7 second shell will get there. Alright, so we kill all the enemy. It is a victory. We'll take a quick look at the post-game stats here. We did manage to get a Mastery Badge 2nd class on that. We did 36,000 silver and just under 1,400 XP. We do have 24 enemy damage ribbons, but half of that is probably from the fire in that Vickers. And we did get 3 kills. We come in 3rd place behind 2 Tog 2, so that's not too bad. Okay, so that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I would appreciate it if you would click the like button. If you have any questions or would just like to leave a comment, please do so in the comment section. If you haven't already subscribed, please feel free to do so. You'll get notifications of when I post new videos. And as always, I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.